Hello and welcome back. This is season 2 and I'm your host, DeWanda Shelton, and this is A Degree of Dopeness. We are excited to have you back. Yes, it is the new year, the new us, the new me, the new you, I hope, right? We all have some new things to look forward to. This is a great opportunity to reinvent yourself. I know we hear that all the time every year, like, let's do something different, let's be something different, but this is truly an opportunity to jumpstart whatever it is that we think that 2020 may have taken from us, because the reality is they can't take from us what was already destined to happen. So that should be a positive thing. I see we have a couple viewers out there, so thank you for joining us. Absolutely. I know it's the beginning of the year and everybody wants to know the main question, right? And I hate talking about it because it's been an ongoing conversation, but I cannot avoid it since you all are asking, how did I do it? How did I lose this weight? Well, it was prayer. A lot of people hate when I say that because they think I've made it up, but no, it is truly the beginning factor of what launched this entire transformation of who I am today. It was a simple prayer. It was a kind prayer that just said, if I'm not supposed to have it, don't make it taste good. And then all of a sudden, things just stop tasting good. So when we get to those pieces in our life, those factors in our life where things are no longer palatable for us, we have to figure out how we can move. Yes, you can hear the noise. I love that because this is live television. Yes, my best friend's here. He's cooking for New Year's. What is your New Year's resolution? What do you do for New Year's? Your traditions. But anyway, so thinking and talking about palatable, he's making this fabulous meal of lamb chops and, oh my God, I don't even know what else is on the menu. I just stopped at lamb chops and got really excited. So there's cake, that I know. So anyways, palatable, speaking of things that are palatable, that dinner menu is palatable, but it's nothing that I would eat every day. However, during the holidays and on vacation, I've learned this very great rule to stop punishing myself and to live in the moment. I will never be on vacation in that moment, at that place, at that time, or that age in my life ever again. So I take that full capacity to be able to say, you know what? Let me enjoy all the experiences that I have while I'm here. And those experiences may encompass food and may encompass some activities. So this year, I want you guys to start thinking about that. What is it that you can do to transform your year into something better than it was last year? And it doesn't have to be a physical transformation like this because this isn't normal. This is not, at least I don't think it is. I don't know, I've never done it before, but to lose 80 some odd pounds in 9 months seems like a very difficult task considering I've tried to do it for the last 39 years and was not successful at it as well as today. But a lot of that has to do with the assistance that I received from what I call millennial intelligence. That's my quote. Millennial intelligence is this factor, this X factor. It's not even an X factor. It's a known factor of their intelligence level. They've been downloading things their entire life. They've been taking into account everything in Google and all of the resources that they have available to them at their fingertips. And now we don't have an outlet for them to utilize it. So this particular piece was a combination of that millennial intelligence mixed with all of the things that I had already known about my body. So when I meshed with Tearing It Up Fitness, and that is a shout out and a plug, yes, definitely, because he was the one that said, okay, so what do you want to do now? And I said, I don't know. I never planned on losing weight or even tried to lose weight. I see we have more visitors out there. So hello, welcome. Yeah, so that wasn't the plan. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to stop and answer some of those questions. That's what I do. But for the most part, I'll go back to what happened. So I paired with this millennial intelligence and he said to me, don't eat this, but try eating this. And did you know that if you ate this and did this or just stretched a little bit, you probably wouldn't be as exhausted as you did all these other things that you've been doing for the last 39 years. And when I thought about it and took into consideration that, you know what, I don't know everything, which we should all know that, right? We don't know everything. And I know my strengths and weaknesses, as we all should. So the strengths and weaknesses of this was discovering that he may be smarter than me on this piece, because when was the last time I checked a diet reference? Or when was the last time I did something that wasn't mainstream on YouTube that didn't require further in-depth research, right? So when he came to me with this plan and this approach and it was fitted for me, oh my gosh, hello, Happy New Year. That's my neighbors. I love my neighbors. Kyle. Yes, they're here. They're joining us. And they've seen the transformation. They're always filled with compliments, and I love them dearly. But yes, that was a big transformation. Everything that we've gone through in the year, everything that we've experienced, you have to realize that what are you going to do to move forward? What is the next step in having a different life than you did in 2020? Well, first of all, the first step in that is appreciating the life you had in 2020, because there were several of us that did not make it. And fortunately for us, that we were on the other side. However, we do have to think about those that did not. So when we try to wallow in a little bit of self-pity or a little bit of regret or some things that we didn't accomplish as the clock got away from us, so we think, the reality is that clock was always going to tick. And your life was always going to move in the direction that it's moving. However, how fast or how slow depends on the amount of momentum you put behind your efforts. So in 2021, you have to ask yourself, how much effort did you put in 2020 to gain momentum in 2021? And if you didn't put in as much work or as much, then it probably is going to slow you down a little bit transitioning into the new year. And that's because first you have to unlock the fact that it is a new year. All of us woke up thinking it's Monday, right? At least that was me. I woke up thinking it was Monday because somehow this year, with the leap year and COVID and all of these other transitions, have changed our entire views on time. What we do with time, how we access time, what we make available in our time, right? I don't know about you, but I left some things in 2020 that I'm glad I left because they were consuming a lot of my time, whether it be personal issues, family issues, financial struggles, all of those things I chose to personally make a goal for myself to not bring into 2021 so that way we could be ahead of the game versus behind, whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially. What goals have you set for yourself? So don't get frustrated when people say, oh, I have a New Year's resolution. Maybe it's the phrasing that you don't like. You don't like the fact that they've made a resolution to resolve something that they probably should have resolved decades ago in their life, right? But the reality is that as long as they're trying to make moves now to resolve those issues, don't be upset because their growth didn't happen in the time frame you thought. Their 24 hours are just as important as your 24 hours. So when we're trying to assess how important ours is versus what we can take from someone else's 24 hours, remember that from last season? Well, this season, your 24 hours are yours. Do with them what you choose. And if that means you want to work on your fitness, you want to work on your finances, you just want to work on your friends, that's a lot of work to do, right? And I read a meme that said, I'm tired of resolutions, or I'm tired of giving up stuff or working on me. I'm done. Like, I was like, okay, I mean, that's an approach we could take to the new year. I'm done working on self-help is what it said, or something like that. And when we are done working on self-help, then we are done in life, because you are never going to be the person that you are today, tomorrow. Because every new experience in your life will open up a door that will transform you into something or someone that you never thought you could be. And when you walk through that door, you either have the choice to either keep moving through that door because that door leads to something, or you can go back down the safe path and go back through the door that you just walked through, because obviously something in the path that you ran before didn't move you enough. That's why you went looking for the door, if that helps or makes any kind of sense for you guys. But anyways, here we are. We are into the new year. We've got some resolutions. We've got some cooking, right? So what are we going to do as far as health this season? Well, this season on the show, I'm going to be talking to you guys about healthy cooking habits. We're going to go into the kitchen this season. I'm going to take you into my kitchen. Yes, I'm going to actually share with you something that I've never shared with anyone else. And that is my world famous, and yes, I'm going to call it world famous cheesecake recipe. If you have ever had my cheesecake, this season, you might want to tune in, because I will definitely be displaying that for you and then allowing you to share it and have it at your holiday parties. Why? Because what good does this recipe do me if I take it to the grave? I am a big believer in sharing information as much as possible, which is why this show even exists. This is an outlet for us to share our thoughts, share our experiences, share our life, my life. I mean, I'm letting you in. My neighbors are tuned in, for God's sake. I mean, that means this show and this season is going to get a little bit more personal. And that is because what better learning experience through person to person? We've tried the textbooks, we've tried the computers, we're failing in some of the classrooms. So what else can we do? Well, the answer to that is talk. Talk, communicate, converse, have these conversations of learning exchanges and experiences that will help everybody grow. There is no good in hiding valuable information. It's like the lady on the Titanic that threw the diamond over the boat. I'm sorry. Can somebody go back and get that? Because now it's useless, you know? And that is how we are in the world. We are sinking on this Titanic boat while she's like, oh, you know, we need her not to do that. We need that diamond. We need all of the diamonds out of the ocean so that way we can restore order here, share information, grow as people, and just build a community. I'm going to pause right there and see if anybody has any questions, because I see there's a couple of you out there. Any questions, any concerns, anything you want me to touch on right now before we continue? That's why I like live, because then you get the full interaction of a students. Oh, that's a new word. It's like a studio audience, but a students. Oh, coined it. I'll take that. But anyway, so as we sit here and we wait for our students to come back to us, I will continue to talk, because that is what I do and what I have 15 minutes left of doing for you guys. So for those of you that were truly, truly excited, I guess you're like, why is she wearing this sweater? I want to see what's happening. Only again, because this is not a show about weight loss. This is not a show about glam or makeup or even of those things. This is a life exchange of what information that I can provide for you in a valuable way that, you know, is fun and eclectic and me. Yes, I am outgoing. If you've seen season 1, I've got quite a few friends that hopefully will show you and meet on season 2. You have some experience here. We have a lot of things to talk about. Trust me, I'm not just a lady sitting on YouTube trying to get you to like and subscribe, even though I heard that's what you're supposed to do in order for this thing to take off. But if you want to like, you like it. And if you don't, then you don't. But at the end of the day, I'm just here sharing information. You can move on to the next one or you can take it. This is what I'm talking about. Transitioning in life. You can either take the information or you can move on to the next one. Everything in life has some type of experience exchange. And when we use experience exchange here at DOD or MLM, that means that what did I get out of this? Whether it was positive or negative, hurtful, harmful, helpful, or hindering, what did I learn? So as long as you took a piece from there, whether it was what not to do or what to continue to do or perhaps tweak, then at least you've learned something. That is the total principle of this. So whether or not one person watches, 2 people watch, or 15,000 people watch, all I know is that if one person gets a little bit of information from me, I'm completely grateful every day. Yeah, I did that. I'm so corny. I'm completely grateful every day. Yeah, turn the light on. It is. So yes, there's a whole lot to talk about. There's a whole lot to experience this season. I'm going to travel with you guys, which is why we also opted for live this season. Live this season makes this experience even more fun. I've got a couple trips planned in the next couple months, and I pray to God you guys get to come with me if you want to. Because again, this class is a choice. You don't have to enroll, you just have to log in. And you can also watch it at your leisure when you want to. But again, you also get more when you tune in live, because then I can help you, or you can help me, or we can just talk and discuss things, because that is how learning happens. There's so many things that I don't know that I could get from millennial intelligence like you guys out there, that because I assumed you're the ones watching it, but it's okay. This general population may be for everyone. I have so many experiences, and I was talking to someone the other day, and I was thinking, if you even took breath in the 80s, you lived. and that just means something about that era just kind of set the tone for the rest of this world and the rest of how we run and the rest of how we think. It was a transitional time period, and I was born in 80, but even still, that decade of experience left open so many different vessels in my brain to think differently and to experience differently and to listen to different music, because MTV was launched then, and you know, all of these BET programs and Teen Summit, all of those quality television programs were out then. You know, I don't know if Teen Summit was out in the 80s, but yes, you know what I mean. There's just a lot of stuff, quality programming, nightly news that used to help with regular daily information. That's the stuff, the programming that's missing today. That's what we're trying to bring back with this process. This is not a sound off board for me to complain about the world, because trust me when I tell you, I don't have a lot of complaints, and I probably could, but we're excited to be here. We're excited to be alive. I'm excited to be hosting this show, whether it's 2 people, 1 people, or 2 million people. I speak it into existence, right? So at the end of the day, we are all excited about the new growth, the new transition, and I hope we're all being grateful, and I hope that we're all being excited about this new world. And I'm going to be grateful. I'm definitely going to be grateful. I'm going to actually be grateful, and because I'm warm, I'm going to come out of my sweater vest thing and be grateful in my new body that I'm in, and be excited to try on new clothes and experience life on different sides. And it may not be better, may not be worse. Not so much different, I will say that, but there is some changes in it, and we should embrace whatever changes those are. And I am going to be the first one to embrace it this year. So if you see me, say hello. I will say hello to you. This is a learning exchange, again, for all parties. You, your friends, anyone who else wants to participate. This link is shareable. It is an open classroom forum. And again, I am a qualified professional educator, and I have been teaching in higher ed for several years, several years. So please take advantage of this free class. It is a management class encompassing of life. So anything that you've ever wanted in your management classes on, how do I handle this situation? How do I negotiate myself out of this contract? How do I get into this deal? Those are the kind of things that we can discuss verbally if you guys tuned in. But if you don't, that's fine too, because there's still valuable information to be heard from the hopefully wisdom that I choose or want to, that God gives me to share with you. That's the only word I have, because I'm not that wise. I'm wise enough to know I'm not that wise, but I'm wise enough to also know that there's wisdom in me and there's wisdom in you. And if we share it and exchange it, then we'll both be better for it. So confidence is the key in knowing that you do have some qualities to share. So when I say, if you see me on the street speak, I mean that, because I will talk to anyone, and trust me, to some people's detriment. My friends are like, stop talking to strangers. But I like strangers because they are people, and they have lives, and they've had experiences, and you can exchange them for lessons for your life and experience on what not to do or how to handle something. Trust me when I tell you, this is just the beginning of this platform. This is just the beginning of everything that we want to do and that we hope to achieve in 2021. And we hope that you tuned in more for just some inspiration to get started and jump started into the year. And in true Wanda fashion, I'm always going to say, you know what? If I don't have anything else to say, I'm going to wrap the class. I know it's 20 minutes, but hey, I don't waste anybody's time. I don't let anybody waste my time. And I know it's New Year's, and I know that we are all truly blessed and grateful to be alive and breathing and excited to bring in 2021. So I want to let you get back to your families, because it smells really good in that kitchen, and I want to get back to mine. But if you have any questions, or you're even remotely excited about it, please visit our website, adegreeofdopeness.com. You will see all of the projects that we're working on, all of the student work that's been put into this, all of the activities that we have planned. And we're excited to bring you season 2. Stay tuned. It will be live. We will have guests. It will not just be me, but they will all be uploaded for review after. But again, I promise you, there is nothing more personable and nothing more valuable than a one-on-one verbal exchange, because trust me, I've been teaching it for years. So thank you. God bless. Happy New Year, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Stay grateful. Tune in for season 2. We love you, and goodbye.